So, because knowledge sometimes gives understanding, I want to talk about my low appetite. So, suddenly during this weekend, I get sick of everything which is in the fridge and the refrigerator, and I do not feel like eating anything of it because of my low appetite. Yeah, and that is the story of my life. I eat something for a period, then I get sick of it, and I have to go back to eating something which I ate before this, and which I become sick of eating prior in history, and then I have to like swap back and forth, and the appetite just becomes lower and lower because I have to go back to something I was sick of already, and then I become more sick of this, and then I have to go back to this I was less sick of, and then I become even more sick of this, and you know the story. So I eat something, I get sick of this, then I start to eat something new, and then I have to go back to the top, and when you do this cycle sometimes and repeat this cycle, then the appetite gradually decreases by the years. And I have said that I am eating ice cream because of my low appetite, and suddenly my life is so amazing because I am eating ice cream on a regular day, and like you know, it is you which has a huge fucking appetite. I do not love ice cream. I get sick of everything, even ice cream. A psychopath would never use the opportunity to eat when being this fucking sick of food, but I'm not a psychopath, so then I eat anyway. And they're like, your life must be so amazing because you get to be skinny. Like, did you not just hear what I was saying to you? I have a low appetite. I do not love and enjoy food. Yeah, that is like saying that it must be great not having any fingers, because then you do not need to spend money at the nail salon. Yeah, and the reason why you manage to have a higher body weight than me is because you are looking at your own body with less critical eyes, and I interpret my body as less pretty than you are doing with your body. And yeah. And then they're like, I am fat, not ugly. For the first thing, I would not use those words about other people. For the second thing, I would interpret myself as more ugly if I was in a bigger size than my body is at the moment. That is my opinion about me and my body, and how I would interpret my body if I was of a bigger size. Who is it which has the low confidence? Is it me or you? Yeah, it is me. Yeah, so you do not have that limitation, so you do not know what you're talking about. And that is worth to notice, that I feel this limitation even though being a much smaller size than you. And then you are telling me that I am lucky for being this skinny. Or someone is saying that I'm fat in addition at the same time, but you know, you people are corrupt. But I feel this limitation, and then I am not lucky for being me, because you obviously has a much higher confidence, even though being me much. So, despite being a much smaller size than you, I feel that limitation, but not you. But then you're telling me that I have pretty and thin privilege for being me. Well, I'm obviously looking at my own body with some totally different eyes, because I feel limited to not being a bigger size than what I am. But yeah, you're probably thinking about how other people interpret my body. But oh yeah, you're talking about the fact that other people want to abuse me as much as fucking possible, and that I have been tortured beyond all fucking limits for 35 years because I have a thin and pretty privilege. Yeah. But I understand that you do not feel this limit when you're talking about the unrealistical body standard I am making by just being myself. Because even though my body weight has been variating a bit during the years, that has always been natural, and I have never been a psychopath. But oh, you said that you had used 5 seconds during your lifetime being a psychopath. Well, never while losing weight. I just, you know, struggle with being around other people, and I have a limited confidence. But, you know, I am also this self-destructive person, so I'm just like trying to constantly make me into a psychopath in order to destruct myself. But to be honest, I have never been a psychopath while losing weight. But, you know, my self-destructive behavior would like to find some dirt on myself. But that is not fair to myself. That is not fair to myself, but my body will not accept it because I want to present myself as this worse person than other people. Yeah. So, like, if I remember some periods of times where it was difficult to eat, but not difficult enough, I'm like being very critical towards it, and I'm like thinking I could have made myself and not like yeah. So then I'm trying to make myself into a psychopath, but in reality it was difficult to eat, but not difficult enough, and yeah. It is called imposter syndrome or something like that, I think. Yeah, and because I am a strong person, which is inside of my own body, and does not realize how fucking hard my life is in comparison to other people, I take this way too far. So the imposter syndrome might be another diagnosis which they have made based on observing me and how strong I am. And if they did not make this diagnosis based on observing me, I am sure that I made this diagnosis more popular. So they're like, I see that your life is difficult. Let's just make it even more difficult and make it into a diagnosis, and not change anything about your life to make it easier for you. It is a syndrome, not a diagnosis. Well, it shouldn't be made in the first place, so it doesn't fucking matter. But you know what? It is not an imposter syndrome. It is just that I have empathy and I do not like to be better than other people. But I am. So I am too fucking self-critical, and I know that, but that is just how it is. I cannot change this. That is who I am. And you people are not exactly making this any easier for me. I have never had the psychopath feeling inside of my body while losing weight. And the thing is this, that I had no psychopath feeling inside of my body. It is just that I feel affected by my surroundings because I am smart and sensitive, and suddenly I have made myself into a psychopath. Yeah, like me feeling affected by my surroundings because I am smart and sensitive and strong makes me feel weak, and suddenly I am a psychopath. Yeah, so I am fully aware that this is very extreme, but that is your fault. So I know that this is extreme, but can I change it? No, that is who I am. And it is affected by your abuse. Yeah, so I hope that this is learning for the future, so that we do not play with the minds of self-critical people. Their life is hard enough already. Don't make it harder. Yeah, so sometimes I should maybe think it through how I manage to make myself into a psychopath. Yeah, and then now I'm criticizing myself again.